Hey guys, Dom here. Hope you're keeping well and that you had a great few days. Last time I covered a little bit of why I want to help people and what's my background. This time I'll continue on the same note, covering a little bit more topic. I noticed that there's a lot of YouTubers and personal finance gurus that speak a lot but deliver actually very little value. So I'm gonna do my best to help you achieve your dreams, at least financial dreams. Other dreams are on your own making. And yeah, I thought it would be a very good way to start by covering some roadblocks. So, do you often find yourself that no matter what you're doing or when everything is going great, that life just throws some curveballs at you? Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna cover some of the most important curveballs that life threw at me, at least in financial perspective, and how I overcame them. And there's definitely some lessons to learn and will save you a lot of time down the road. So let's get to it. I think the most important roadblock that I encountered is being born not in the first world country. So, a lot of personal finance gurus that you read online or see YouTube videos from, they start saying, like, oh, it's very easy. All you have to do is invest in 401k and save 2.5 thousand a month and then invest 1,000 more into stock market. Just put it into index funds. That's so easy to do. Anyone can save 1,000 per month, right? Well, yeah, not really. If you don't live in first world country or like USA, UK, or Canada, it's actually a lot of money. My starting salary was nowhere even close to 1,000 USD per month, so I'm not sure how they would expect somebody like me who was from second or third world country to save more per month than you actually make, much less, saving additional money for investing. You just have to take care of your family, pay rent, add a little bit to your dream budgets, traveling budgets, etc. Right? So I found that that was very unreasonable. So I had to work a lot on adapting to lower expenses and to making sure that every month I put in some money to the most important categories that I define. So I'll show you how to find the most important categories to you later, because that's not really a roadblock, that's more like a preference and budgeting question. So yeah, let's move on to other roadblocks. So we already covered low income. The other one is high expenses. I think that's the biggest one for most people, because even if you live in a lower income country, you will find that a lot of things have very similar level of expense in most countries. For example, food or technology such as phones, TVs, having car, gas repair, all of them cost very similar no matter which country you live in. So in US, it may cost like a dollar 20 for a liter of fuel, and in Europe, like Bulgaria, right, has average salary of 500 euros per month. Still, fuel cost exactly the same, right? So meaning your expenses in percentage terms are much higher than your income compared to other countries. So you need to also learn to adapt to that, and that was definitely the case for me since I'm from Lithuania. So salaries are low and expenses are relatively high, and and I needed to find a way how to navigate that. So I'll cover that on future topics as well. Another roadblock I encountered was moving countries in order to find a better life, and a lot of challenges that come together with that, meaning such as creating new social circle, finding yourself a new job, getting acclimated to different work and life cultures, and many others. So that came step by step, where you don't just jump in directly into moving countries. You do research, you try to ideally find the job before moving countries, because I learned that the hard way. I thought because it's very easy to find a job in my country because I was reasonably well qualified in my country, I moved to a different country, Ireland, and I quickly found out that no matter how highly qualified and sought after you are in your own country, when you move to a different country, you start at the very, very bottom of the pecking order. Meaning you're essentially equivalent or even lower than people who finish university, like bachelor's degree, in the local country. So you need to be, if you're planning to move, you need to be ready to start at the very bottom again. Doesn't matter if you have like 7 years of finance, accounting, or investment banking experience. You need to start over. It's the same way with doctors, like your diplomas do not carry over, and in a lot of other specialities, even if it does carry over, your experience is not really treated the same way unless you move from first world country to second world country. But if it's the other way around, it does not really carry over so well. And yeah, I think last one, most important one, is, at least for me, is depending on the status quo, that everything will remain as it is. So this is a trap of two things. First one is mediocrity, because when everything is going okay, you get used to that, and you may be just lulled into comfort and not expecting anything back to happen. However, life happens and things come up, like your car breaks down, you get sick, you need high medical expenses. Even if you're in Europe or any other country that has medical expenses covered by the government, it does not cover everything. And you may, if you had not expected that, it may put a really big dent into your finances. So you need to prepare for that as well, and make sure that you do not get too comfortable in the status quo, and you should be always expecting that, well, not expecting, but preparing that something may go wrong, and account for that. Don't plan for best case scenario, because best case scenario almost never happens. It sometimes happens that things happen, but it's gonna be much easier to live if you plan for hardships that are definitely coming your way sooner or later. So I hope these roadblocks that I overcome help you, and that you take one or a few lessons from this. And yeah, I would be very interested to hear what roadblocks you encountered recently, or what were the biggest ones for you growing up and in relation to finances. Let me know, and I'll see if I can cover them for you in the next video. Thanks, and have a great day, guys.